Hello, citizens of Britannia. This is Ultima Online Second Age, brought to you by Blaze Spirit. Today we are here to do an experiment. I recently trained veterinary on a tamer I have, because I never had veterinary, but I know it is not a very useful skill to have in this sense. I mean, why would you need veterinary when you can hunt with 50 dragons? Doesn't sound good to me. Sounds like a waste of a skill. However, there are many interesting things you can do with veterinary. One, for instance, for some reason you can you want to hunt with a single pet and say how good my pet is. I can kill an ancient worm just by healing it with veterinary. Or maybe you want to train pets. And I remember that training pets was a thing back in the day, especially when they made tamers able to resurrect their pets. So yeah, training was a thing, and especially also when in I believe it was you or Renaissance when stats became visible if you animal lord your pets. This is not the case. Here, stats are not visible, and pets cannot be resurrected. However, pets can be trained. And one more thing, here pets cannot raise all the skills. In later eras, they could raise skills passively. For instance, in later eras, they could raise anatomy, they could raise meditation. If they were a magical caster, they could raise evaluating intelligence. Here, you cannot raise them because, yeah, they are not raised passively. And since they cannot activate the skill, they are not gonna raise the skill. However, they can gain wrestling, they can gain tactics, they can gain how's it called, resist spells, they can gain magery, and they can gain stats if they are below 100. I wanted in this experiment to train drakes and see how good they can become, because what I know is that drakes spawn with not very high wrestling and not very high tactics. So if you train a Drake to actually GM wrestling and GM tactics, now that's gonna make a big difference in damage dealing. So I'm taking my tamer here. Okay, here you can see my tamer skills. I still have, well, don't laugh at the template. Still have 83 only veterinary. So I was thinking, rather than doing the polar bear method, okay, the polar bear method is you tame a polar bear, you tame another polar bear, you make them fight, and then you heal them. Why doesn't it close? And you heal them with bandages. I was doing it up here until almost 84 taming, 84 veterinary. It's up here, you can see. Only one remaining because overnight one died. I have a stack of bandages, and I used 10k bandages so far to get me to 84. But that's where the hard part will take place now. The macro was simple, like made two polar bears fight, double click bandages on the first. When it was over, 6 seconds was the timer. Double use bandages on the second, was 6 seconds, and then loop. So six, heal the first one, wait 6 seconds, heal the second one, wait 6 seconds, get back and forth, back and forth. Now, why not doing it with drakes? So I'm gonna try and tame drakes and see what I can do. So to tame drakes, we have to go. I believe that the best place to tame drakes is start, maybe on a ledge. Let's check this out. Where is Destard? Destard is here, I believe. Okay, let's go tame a Drake. Destard, yeah, here. Entrance sounds about right. Okay, I what I like to do in the past, I liked to drag drakes here and tame them. Yeah, you can drag them here. Let's get rid of circle inside here, so they would not fire breath at you, because the stalagmites interrupt fire breath line of sight. Alternatively, but only dragons. You know, when you want to farm, you only find drakes, and when you want to tame a drake, you see only dragons. Alternatively, you can tame dragons and drakes instead on these ledges, leaving them downstairs, and they are not gonna reach you with spells or fire breath. But of course, the drake is up here. Okay, alternatively, you find some other spot. Okay, for instance, let's see this drake here. How do I tame this guy? Yeah, okay, of course the configuration is the worst. So I'm gonna try and find another drake, maybe up here. This is definitely the part to skip ahead if I don't cut it. Because yeah, that's what it is. Alternatively, you can go up here. I remember doing it here. On Aussie also. There weren't serpents here for some reason. They were added later. Here there should be a drake. Okay, here is a drake. Now where do I go to tame it? I have to get rid of that giant serpent. Once I get rid of that giant serpent, I can go here and tame this drake. So I have the nightmare. Okay. Let's go here. Let's kill this guy. Giant serpents are the worst thing in Ultima Online, to be honest. So annoying. So annoying. Many hit points, always delivering greater poison. Yeah. Annoying. We'll see also if I gain the last point of taming, because I have 99.9 taming. Okay, here we are. Yeah, I need the macro here, yeah, because it's you aggro the beast, so basically you can start taming once every 20 times. There's a 5% chance of starting taming. I should have a macro to tame dragons. So where is that? Um, Hold on. Tame dragon. Okay, yeah, it's to get rid of this in theory. Let's see. Come on. Okay. And why it's getting me here? It shouldn't get me here. Oh, and another. Okay, well, we'll get rid of that. Okay, let's see. I will skip ahead, don't worry, because it's gonna take time. Okay, the Drake accepted me as its master. Now you take a look here. What happens? The Drake, of course, can kill a giant serpent, but boy, it is annoying. You see how annoying this is. The giant serpent always poisoning. Okay, let's feed the Drake here so that he is happy. We gotta give this Drake a cool name. Okay, we can call him Blade. Yeah, that's a cool name. Okay, I can't see the stats of this Drake, but I can imagine they're not very high. They may be spawning. I dare say with 50 wrestling and tactics. Yeah, you see, it is doing very few damage to this giant serpent. Really. And part of the problem, of course, is the base damage of the Drake, but part of the problem is also the fact that low tactics is equals low damage. Okay, come here, boy. Come here. I don't know why drakes require more taming to tame than dragons. It would have been interesting, in my opinion, if they had made drakes maybe tameable with like 88. I think people would have used them. I mean, I cannot do dragons still, but let me do drakes. Let me do drakes. Okay. Here we have reds, so it will aggro reds. Okay, hold on. Let me drag him upstairs. And let's get back to find more drakes. I need one more. Point is, I should have done something before doing this. I should have assessed the strength of this Drake by making it shoot at me fire breath. Okay, here is a Drake, and here is another Drake. So let's see who is the strongest here. Okay, here we are at full health. Let's see how much damage it does to us. It should do 20 damage, more or less. Come on, fire breath. Okay, 20 damage. So this guy does 20 damage. Now let's check this other guy down here. I want to see if there's somebody doing 21, maybe. But as far as I know, they have a very limited range of hit points. Yeah, 20. There was another rap here. Let's check him. Yeah, it's not that one. It's this one. Okay, let's see. Yeah, 20. Okay, they're all the same. One should also assess the dex of the Drake by seeing how fast they are swinging, but okay. Let's pretend this one is alright. So you want to drag it here, and once you are on the other side of the stalagmites, they won't hit you with fire breath. In theory. Okay, here. Okay. Come on, macro. Boy, this is so slow. Maybe here it can get me with the fire breath, I'm not sure. Yeah, we will skip ahead. No, we will skip ahead here until I tame it. Yeah, but it seems like it doesn't hit me with fire breath. Yeah, so this is a very handy place. And I wish I knew this back in the day. Back in the day, I was taming dragons and I was dragging them down here, reducing them to low strength, to low hit points, so that the fire breath would do not much damage, and then proceed to tame them. Somebody healing me. Yeah, that was 24 years ago. And I remember also about drakes. There were on Europa where I played, there were many tournaments of drakes. They were held in Trammel, unfortunately, because they belong to Lettereras, as I was saying before. And they were held at Nugelm Chessboard. I don't know if you know that place. Yeah, it was a really nice place. And I won some of them. There were like 20 participants. And of course, people would go there with Drake maxed out in wrestling tactics. They would also tame drakes that were born with high strength and high dex. Yeah, it was really tough competition. Tough competition. Yeah. So let's skip ahead until I tame this guy. Okay, here the Drake accepted us as its master. Let's feed it. Let's feed it. No! Okay. Hide. We can call this guy Spirit. And let's take him to Castle. There should be one brown and one red Drake. So that sounds about right. Okay, in you go. I'm curious if they have the same decks. We will find out when they start swinging. Oh, yeah, it's also difficult to command them. Yeah, and of course I cannot see keyring. Okay, let's do like that. Okay, let me drag him upstairs. Okay, here we are. I need to heal this Drake to full health. See how fast it is healing with bandages now. Every 6 seconds. Let's see how much damage it heals. Yeah, it's very handy. Of course, greater heal is better, but you run out of mana, and yeah, it becomes a problem. So I say that we can start the experiment here. Let me grab the macro for veterinary, training veterinary, because I have to retarget the 2 drakes. And what is that? Training. Yeah, you cannot see this, but bear with me. Veterinary. Okay. Absolute target. Retarget. Blade. Absolute target. Retarget. Spirit. Okay. So here I place myself here. Okay. Let's see. So I make the 2 dragons, the 2 drakes attack, and I stand here healing them. I want to take a guess. If there is nothing strange involved, like some, um, for instance, if you train melee skills on on a paladin or on an NPC, you train them normally. If you want to make 2 of your characters fight, there is something wrong with it, something that prevents them from training, and it's going to be a lot slower. I don't think there is anything involved with drakes here, but you can never know. So we'll find out. So if they start from 50, I believe that in 1 day, maybe less, they will reach GM in both wrestling and tactics. We'll find out. Blade, kill. So I'm gonna start the experiment now and see. Okay, here let's heal them. I'm trying to guess the dex, but it seems the same to me. I'm also wondering if I can keep them alive. Maybe they do too much damage to each others. Hmm. Why am I not healing this guy? Hold on. Let me do this manually. So I absolute target, retarget, blade, absolute target, retarget, spirit. Okay, here. Maybe it's a an issue with fire breath, and when they go to lower health, the fire breath will no longer be an issue. I should be able to keep them alive. Let's see. I think that this Drake, maybe it lost some decks, but this Drake, the brown one, Spirit, is swinging faster than the red one. It has more decks, I believe. See, no, yeah, it seems to be swinging faster. Yeah, yeah, I can keep them alive. Okay, I can keep them alive, apparently. So, okay, let's grab more bandages. Let's grab more bandages and put them here. Stay here. Okay, like let's grab 2k bandages. Even more. Yeah, 2k bandages. I'm healing them every 7 seconds for some reason. I think it's alright. So basically I'm healing each Drake every 14 seconds. Could be 12 seconds, but maybe this is better for skill gains because they are a little lower health. but I might as well put 6 seconds. Let me put 6 seconds. Yeah, silly. Edit. So okay, 6,000 milliseconds. Edit and 6,000 milliseconds. Alternatively, what you can do here is there is another method, because if you heal them that when they're almost at max health, you're gonna fail a lot less. However, you're also gonna gain a lot less. So when you approach these high levels of veterinary, people say that you should use 4 polar bears, because 2 will fight, a couple will fight, the other couple will fight. So basically you heal these 2, then you heal these 2. So by the time you go back to the first one, 6 times 4 is 24, so it's gonna be at much lower health. So yeah, that's a method, but maybe with drakes, I've heard that people have GM'd it with drakes. So we'll find out. Maybe it's a matter of fine-tuning the timer, because maybe doing it every 6 seconds is not optimal. You use more bandages, you do more attempts, but maybe it is better to have them with fewer attempts but at lower health. I don't know. I will find out. See you again. Always complain of no gains and you will gain. I'll stop the video here, but this series will continue because I want to see these drakes, how good they become. We can make them fight even a newly born drake, and we can make them fight maybe also dragons. And see if a trained drake can take down a dragon, or maybe a titan. I don't know, maybe a blood elemental. Those mob, or maybe even with veterinary, let's take down an ancient worm. Go. Well, we'll see. But we end it here. If you're interested in pet fighting, there is a series of nightmare fighting all mobs, including the ancient worm at the very end, and it's interesting. I'll link it in the description below, and you will find it somewhere here. And as always, if you want to support this channel, where I put a lot of work into it, well, subscribe and share your thoughts in the comments below, and let me know if you appreciate it or if you want me to cover some more content that I haven't covered yet. And stay safe, citizens of Britannia, and until next time, goodbye.